alongside Greg, Ryan Alchemisto, Pirate Juan, as well as Zen Awesome. And welcome to the most scuffed podcast on the internet. As you can see, we're all in a different space than when we were last time. Well, some of us are, specifically two.
I'm not
Gregory, Greg, Bonema, and
The
Pirate
stream
Juan.
on Twitch should have just gone live.
Yeah, I don't know how I'm even on this
I don't
podcast.
know. There's no set topic for this episode apart from just looking at how we've gone through the year so far, how we've dealt with COVID. It's been a tough year on everyone. I'm not gonna do the bullshit New Year's resolution shit because nobody sticks by those after the first 2 weeks. So instead, we're just gonna look at the past and reminisce on the good old times. I think
there were good times.
One of our
good question. There were good times.
I had some good times. All right.
Speak for yourself, peasant.
All right.
That's gonna be a no from me, dog.
Basically, that's what we're gonna roll with today. I don't know if this is gonna be like one of the last few episodes of the year, or to round out 2020 or the semester for us, I guess. But yeah, we're just gonna look back at the year, how COVID has impacted us, how much we love to maul at COVID, because there's always been a fuck COVID, because of COVID.
All my homies hate COVID.
Yeah, facts.
It's like because of COVID, I could have done this or that. So we're gonna go over some of those things. Anyway, I've been rambling on for too much for this introduction. We're not sponsored. We're still looking for sponsors, actively looking for sponsors.
Please give me
Hit
a
us
new
up.
headset.
Yeah, Juan's looking for a new headset.
Wait,
Greg doesn't have his clear mic.
Is your mic disconnected from your headset, Juan?
Yes. It's a mod mic.
When you wave it around like that, I can hear it.
It's a mod mic.
Listen,
So...
it's tainted with tears and eye tissue.
Yeah, right now it is.
Yeah.
I'm banging myself with it.
Just to quickly preface why that comment was made is because just before this episode started, Juan decided it would be a big brain move to move his headset back, and then when he brought it forward, he hit himself in the eye with his mic, like really hard.
I'm not
As we
crying,
were
you're
talking
crying.
set up.
That was his Kovac side too.
Yeah, it's his Kovacs eye, so there's no way anything.
I'm crying.
He's got to retire. He's
He's
it's the only
retired.
option.
Speaking of
retired.
retirement,
I'm a Wizard 101 pro.
You know that?
Mhm.
You can write that on my grave.
Oh yeah.
That kind of reminds me of this one time in senior year of high school, like my AP Psych class. I was like putting on my glasses, and I poked myself in the eye as I was doing it, and I looked around to make sure like nobody saw, and then I see like my psych teacher like laughing her ass off, and then I like looked at her and she was like, "I saw that." I was like, "Don't talk about it. We don't talk about it."
We don't talk
Dude,
about
I've
those.
done so many dumb things where I've just like poked myself in the eye just by like. I remember I was like I was like playing basketball or something in high school, and I took a 3-point shot, but I like as I took my 3-point shot and went for the flick, I flicked the top of my eye as I flicked, and the ball hit my forehead a little bit, and I controlled it right. But still, I was just like, I hope nobody fucking saw that. Because I just went bonk. I made the 3 though, so I'm happy with that. I made the 3.
You guys ever hit yourselves in the eyes or in the face in general? Just waking up in the morning and just with your hand or your arm being so numb, you try to move it and just.
Dude,
That's
I've woken up like a couple of times when like both my hands were numb and my legs were numb, and I just couldn't move. I was like a paraplegic person. I was like, so this is what it feels like, huh? I have no sensation down my neck, and I feel like trash. Good God, I hate this. And I just like slept there, and I was like, I guess it's more time for sleep. I guess.
I remember one time I was playing wall ball and someone like called me and I like threw the ball and I came back and I almost gave myself a black eye. I did like this against the wall. I looked, I came back, and I just get hit right here.
When I was a kid, I was a very dumb kid. So we would play this like we do this like fun, really dumb thing where we like do like this. It was basically like suicides. But basically, we'd run from one wall to the other because we had nothing better to do. But we'd like have to spell a word as we were doing it. So each full lap was like a letter, and you'd have to like, and basically we were racing with our friends so that whoever is whoever like got caught. So we'd play like red light, green light, and then whoever got caught would have to race the person who was the sign was calling out red light or green light. And so we'd like run back and forth, and the way that we did it was like there was a wall here, there was like a nice walkway, and then there were stairs, and then right after those stairs, after a little bit, there was another wall. And what ended up happening was like I was running, and a couple of times I jumped like too far, and I couldn't stop myself. I'd like face plant into the wall, and I gave myself like a swollen eye. Like I think it was my right eye that was just like swollen for a week or two. And I'd like go back home, and I'd be like, "Mom, I think I hurt myself." And she's like, "What the fuck happened to your eye?" And I'm like, funny story. I ran into a wall.
I punched the wall.
I ran into a wall. She's like, "Why do you play these stupid games?" And my brother's just like, "It's fun," because it was like a bunch of us in the same block that we play. Like in the neighborhood, we'd play together. Like we'd meet up every day from it was like 5 p.m. and we'd play until 8 p.m. Go back home and then have dinner, and then that was like basically our exercise. Do that, and I'd come back injured. Like out of the 5 days of the week, I'd get injured like 3 or 4. I was very injured. It's because of the dumb shit I did. I remember we had a merry-go-round, and we were like spinning on it, and I decided, you know what, I should like just hold on and start to help propel it to spin it around. And there was this other dude who was like fucking jacked, and was like, he spun it so fucking hard, I flew for a little bit before I landed, and I was like, what the fuck, this is nuts.
If these exercises were taken to like another extreme, you basically would. What you're describing to me just sounds like another episode of Venture Brothers show.
Yeah, sounds about right. I have no idea what that is, but I'm a roll with it.
A character from that show wisely said, "If you have a clumsy kid, you make him wear a helmet. If you have death-prone children, you keep a few clones of them in your lab."
Yeah, I'm glad that my parents got a couple of clones of me. I'm pretty sure I've died like 5 times now.
Honestly, like as a kid, I was like not injury prone, and like now, like I sleep the wrong way, and then I'm just like,
shit,
Jesus, I gotta go. I'm like, I gotta roll out. Like I'm such an old man. Like
wake up with the joint pains in your early 20s.
Is it because you did a lot of like shit when you were younger? Like you did like a lot of like activities, sports, whatever when you were younger, and then like you didn't know the limit, so you just literally keep pushing your body to the point where like you'd get home and you'd like literally nap for like 4 or 5 hours when you were a kid.
You're saying that's not supposed to happen after practices?
No, not anymore, dude.
Not supposed to immediately knock out after 6 a.m.
You're not meant to ragdoll onto your bed after.
I mean, I did the second time I fractured my skull. I ragdolled on the bed.
Oh, you fractured your skull?
Twice.
Why am I laughing?
Okay, I need to know how. I need to know the first and the second in detail.
First time I was 2 years. First time I was 2 years old, a small TV was chucked at me by my sister.
Oh wow! What a way to show love! What a way to show love! She yeeted the shit at him.
Yeah, she was one tough toddler. And the second time it happened, I was just jumping up and down the bed, and then I just at the back of the wall on my parents' bed, and I had to be taken to the hospital, and I had to get staples on my skull to seal it back up.
Damn.
To help it heal.
What?
That's wild. Juan and I are like actually just dying on the inside at the fact that your sister yeeted a TV at you when both of y'all were like youngins.
Granted, it was like a very small TV.
Still,
Like
though,
one of
that's like
those
that's some Herculean strength for like a child.
Oh my gosh.
Hey Ryan, what? Catch! Boom! And there's a giant TV flying towards you in 1 minute, within like 2 seconds.
You know what they like
Uh.
talk about like mothers that are able to summon like superhuman strength when saving their child from a car. Apparently, like Ryan has that, but only for like grieving Ryan.
Oh, man.
Griefed as a child.
Man, you have no idea how hard I got griefed throughout my childhood.
Oh.
I'm just like, what?
Greg's just
Greg's
like, yeah, I
like,
got
oh,
no. I was just playing CS from like 2 years old, man. Like,
I
God,
downloaded
you guys
CS
are
1.6
nerds.
in 2002. Never looked back.
CS 1.6 came out on his birthday, and it was just calling the stars aligned.
Wait, did it
Stars
actually-
aligned.
did it actually, though?
Can't believe he's not pro
No,
yet, though.
I have
Can't
no
believe
idea.
you're not pro. Maybe you should have dropped out of school
No,
and just grinded CS,
I'm
dude.
pretty sure
Like Stewie.
isn't Zywo's birthday like the day that 1.6 came out or something like that, or CS:GO? I remember seeing that on Reddit once, and they were like,
Yeah, it's like the actual day.
yeah, it's like this
um,
kid's born to play CS. It's like, oh,
Yeah, it was like
So I was just a fucking nutter.
yeah.
it was like the day and year. That's how it lined up. Meanwhile, Greg over here just has the day. No wonder you're not Zywoo.
You know, Zywo played at a Valorant tournament recently, and it was like some like amateur French tournament. And like just
How hard he
imagine, yeah, just imagine like you're just like some random French team. You're
Like Mamba.
yeah, and,
Like Mamba mode.
you're just some like average French team. You're like, yeah, this is my time to show myself. You know, this tournament's filled with other amateurs. All of a sudden, you're facing against Zywoo, and he's just like, yeah, best player in CS. I'm gonna just fucking yeet on some kids.
Hold this 40 bomb
Yeah.
in the first half.
Yeah.
I think I was playing with a couple people, and there was a guy named Zeus on the other team, and he was just playing Gen. Just picked the sheriff, like the whole way, like all 13 rounds, or like I think it was like 20 rounds or something, because we got like a couple rounds off them. All like 20 rounds, all he used was the sheriff. He'd only buy armor if he could, but apart from that, he'd just buy sheriff and util, and then he just absolutely just one dink everybody. And I was just there like, how is this man such a fucking god? And it was like, yeah, I used to play CS. Here's my stream.
Just
Yeah.
be better.
It was literally just the aim diff.
Just
It
shit
made me
them.
very sad.
But yeah.
That's how CS be. I love instant time to kill games because it's just like you can be completely brain dead and just aim diff your way to victory. It's great. Ah, man. Unfortunately, Valorant's a garbage game, so not worth time.
Okay. You know,
Yeah,
that
because there are
CS
too many abilities for you.
That CS update,
Yeah.
that new CS update is actually really cool.
Yeah, no, I'm actually really hyped for it. I can't wait till finals are over so I can uninstall fucking the software I have for classes and free up room on my drive to install CS. Because this laptop doesn't have enough room for both because it's like a 60 gigabyte software suite.
Yeah.
Pretty
so,
much.
So what do you call it? That
You're gonna uninstall WoW too, right, Greg?
I will not have enough room for both, so yes.
Wait,
Ad-
so,
Adam's
I
gonna be
actually
very
checked.
sad.
I don't have enough room on this computer for Shadowlands anyway. Shadowlands is over 100 gigabytes.
Oh,
Really? I didn't know that.
Yeah, this has a 120 gig SSD.
I think
So
I might have to, if I'm
over 100 gigs just to find out what happened to Arthas in the afterlife.
I mean, I'll be real. If I had the storage space for it, I'd get it. But I don't, so I won't.
Just get the
I need to
source
think
space
about
and
how I
you
need
get
to
it.
like manage my laptop. Because like
Yeah, I mean,
I need to. I want to play Shadowlands over break, and I'll only
Yeah.
have access to my laptop. So
I'm running the same problem right now. But for right now, though, that's a future Greg problem. Current Greg problems are how I'm going to pass my finals, which seems
them.
much more pressing.
Just don't.
no, just do
Oh.
them.
Just
I
do them.
mean-
Just do them. It's that easy.
Just do them.
If I-
Greg. Follow Nike's motto and just do it.
Nike?
Just do it.
Are you taking?
You mean
classes-
Nike?
Nike. I don't know, man.
It's true
I've
still.
heard like
Nike.
two. I've heard two pronunciations for it.
It's
Or
it's
Nike
okay.
or
It's
Nike.
okay. IIT is
I don't
sponsored
care
by
anymore.
IIT is sponsored by Adidas. Don't worry.
Yeah, we're fine. We're not.
Wasn't
We're
it
not. We're
Under
not.
Armour?
No.
No, it's
No.
Adidas.
Okay.
No, it's Adidas.
Well,
Okay.
probably when you guys started school it was Nike.
No, it was Under Armour when we started.
There's
How old
some.
do you think
There's
you
some
are?
When I started.
very old. As you guys are only 1 year older than me.
Yeah, like what
You are
21?
accusing us of
Yeah.
boomer. Wait, no, Pavan, you're a year ahead of me, right?
Yeah,
So he's 2 years above you then, Juan.
2 years above one.
Yeah.
So back in
Yeah.
my
Pavan
day,
is in fact a boomer.
I don't think I'm
God,
the oldest here though. I think Ryan's older than me. Or am I wrong? Or is it Awesome? I don't know. One of you two are older than
I
me.
turned 25 in March, so
23?
yeah.
Fucking
Okay, yeah,
boomers.
yeah. Awesome's older than me by a couple of months.
For me, it's July.
Everyone's getting
Yeah,
old.
both of them are older than me.
And
I am a child
Yeah, I'll be
compared to
Indeed.
you.
I'll
And then-
be using a walking stick in the next like 2 years.
Yeah,
You'll need to walk.
appreciate those and cherish those luscious locks while you have them right now, because you're gonna be
You're gonna go
losing those
bald,
patent
dude.
more
Yeah.
after you graduate.
Oh,
No, I don't
worry,
think so.
Like-
after the amount of Overwatch I
No,
played
like
today, my
no,
hair's
it's
gonna
like
fall out
right
by Sunday.
after you walk on the stage in the middle of a Zoom call during the graduation ceremony. It's all gonna be over Zoom, and we know this for a fact. Don't ask us how. We know a guy. Your hair just
That's actually gonna be depressing. If I have to do
evaporates
another graduation on
into the
Zoom,
sun.
I'm gonna take
I'm gonna
out
be
my-
so mad.
I'm gonna take out my graduation cap, like I'm gonna look into it.
It's literally just all his hair.
My scalp is just in my graduation cap.
His eyebrows are gone as well.
Yeah.
All he has is his beard.
No, not even a beard.
And that's just gray.
I just
His
look like
beard's
a-
just gray at that
I
point.
just look like a naked mole rat at that point.
You look like Sideshow.
Yeah.
You look like
Oh,
Sideshow
no.
after he
I will
shaved
be
everything.
The new egg.
The new
Oh, no.
egg emote.
No, like it's like a ruffled up old egg that's been put in vinegar for God knows how long, and it's squishy.
Mmm, tasty. This doesn't seem weird at all.
Yeah, that's true. I don't know. This year's been tough though. This year's been really tough. From like
Yeah.
mental and physical.
Yeah, I mean, I'm taking.
Because like the year started off like not too bad. Like
Okay.
no, like January was like okay. It seems like a normal year.
January was fine.
January was fine. February things were starting to get a little worrisome because like COVID starts to become
sus.
more widespread. And then it was like, hey guys, so China's banned on the travel list. So anybody that wants to go to China will have to stay there. You're not going to be able to come back. And then people were like, fuck it. And then people just kept traveling. And then March came, and like the first few weeks of March were fine. Like nobody nobody cared about COVID that much. Like cases were on the rise, but we were like, oh, there's a way to beat it. And then spring break hits. I had a good time on spring break. I'm not gonna lie. I had a good time on spring break.
The Friday before spring break,
Oh yeah.
we got canceled.
Yeah. Well, wait. I thought we.
Well, the school said that like be prepared to not come back
Yeah.
from spring break.
But we
That's
went
what they said.
full online. Like
Yeah, but they didn't announce it
immediately.
until the Friday
Oh.
of spring break.
Yeah, I remember.
Like the Friday of spring break was when like I was like my buddies and I were still like back home, or not back home. We're like in the Ozarks, and we were like in an Airbnb, and then we see the email. We're like, well, shit. And then we see like right after that there was like a
the travel ban in Chicago.
no, not the travel ban. It was the lockdown in Chicago because we knew that a bunch of
yeah.
others. So a lot of other states were also going to lockdown, right? And then Chicago was like, "Hey guys, by the way, Sunday is gonna be like like Monday morning or like Monday at 12 a.m. is when the lockdown's gonna start happening. Nobody's gonna be allowed onto the streets. Yada yada yada." And then we were like, my buddies and I were like, "Fuck," because like my roommate and I were the only ones here. Like my other roommate went back home for Thanksgiving, not for Thanksgiving, for spring break, and he was like, "Yeah, I'm not coming back, by the way." And we're like, "Okay, yeah, online
Yeah,
classes
that happened to me.
sounds good. You don't need to come back. Just keep paying us rent." You know, like he's the one that sends the check, so we're always like, so just ask us for the money and we'll pay rent. That's fine. And then we came back, and then my mom started calling me a bunch of times. She was like, "Hey, do you wanna fly back immediately?" And I'm like, "God no, I want to be able to adjust to a goddamn Asian. Like, I'd literally have to be, I'd have to have an NA schedule in like
In
an
Singapore.
Asian time zone. in like Singapore time zone, and that is honestly one of the worst things that I think will ever like that I escaped from by not going back home.
Yeah, because it's like a quarter of the day ahead.
Yeah, it's like a
It's
little
like-
more than a quarter. It's like almost a half.
Yeah, like almost like at least
It's
8 hours
like
ahead. or
it's
something.
it's more than it's actually like 13 for Singapore.
13 for
It's like
Singapore.
12 to 13
Well,
hours.
Yeah. It's
So
like
it's
you
like-
know 13
the
days
offset
ahead
of
of
your
where we
time
would
zone.
be.
I'd be way ahead. I'd be living in the future, and I'd have to like do my test at like 2 a.m. and my classes
Mm.
would be like at like from like 12 a.m. to 12 p.m. would be when my classes are, and it's bright as shit in Singapore, and so I'd be like dying on the inside because I'd be like I want to sleep, but there's so much like sunlight coming through. So I told my parents no, and they were like okay with it. But as we were driving back, we were seeing like all the fucking stores being empty, and we're like getting news articles on like how everybody's like panicking for the lockdown and like how everything's going to be empty, and we're like, so what should we do about groceries? And luckily my buddy lives in the suburbs, and he was like, yeah, there's like a fully stocked grocery store near us, so we're all good. I'll like
Well,
deliver food. And he was like a homie. He like delivered food for us. Like he'd deliver like every once a week or twice, like every other week. He'd like deliver, like he'd drop by and be like, yo, I need to get away from my parents, so this is a good excuse. I'm just gonna drop you off like some groceries, and all you have to do is Venmo me the money. That's
Meanwhile,
exactly what we
on
did.
Awesome's early shutdown grocery adventures.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Like every other.
Hey, what happened to you?
Awesome is basically like the grocery store manager
Yeah,
at this
I mean,
point.
at that point, I was just what do you call it? I was one of those delivery drivers that like does the grocery shopping for people, but just for my house. You know, like I was the only one going out and just buying everything. And also, like, if you ever been to the fresh farms in like in Skokie, that shit is like Mad Max. It's like everyone's on carts, like zooming around everywhere. Like I've had stuff like stolen from my cart before. It's insane in there. Like it actually is.
You also
You
had
got-
like one woman that had like carts and pounds full of meat.
Oh
in their
yeah,
shopping
Dude.
yeah, I remember that.
No, that happened when I was down in Missouri. Like we were staying at a friend's house because they were like, yeah, we can host you guys. It's completely fine. And then we went to the Ozarks for like 4 or 5 days. And when we were there, we had to go to the Walmart. And my God, some of the aisles were like fully empty. We got like the last carton of eggs, and we got the last gallon of milk in that Walmart. Like dead ass, they were like, we don't have it in the back anymore. We were like, yo, could we get like maybe another carton of eggs? They were like, no, we don't have any more.
Yeah, I remember.
And I was like, fuck. So we just stocked up on everything else, and we're like, okay, we need to like plan meals. And that was like the very first time where we actually had to like plan meals, right? Because we were like, we're gonna have to cook. We're not gonna be able to like go out and eat because COVID and all that, and like places are shutting down. So we actually had to plan, and we were like struggling because we spent like 2 hours of the groceries because we were like, all right, let's quickly think about what we want to eat. And so we had like steak, we had ribs for one night, and then we had like a bunch of other stuff. And like most of us just slept all the way till noon, and we got a lot of snacks. Like I think the one thing that wasn't like empty was like the alcohol and the snacks. And we're like, okay, that's fine. Like that's a good like midnight snack, right? Like, you know, just to, like chill out. My God, it was horrible, I'll tell you that.
Yeah.
It was very bad.
Also, imagine if Awesome forgot something at the grocery store. He probably like would have gotten.
He'd be malding.
No. His parents would like, you
Well-
can't come back in. I'm sorry.
most of the
like,
time, most of the time when
You're
someone-
not part of this family anymore.
He had a deep shower like every time he would turn
Yeah.
the key to his front door. He'd had to go through a whole cleansing process before he can go.
There was actually a
into his house.
decontamination room, like from his front door into his house. And
there
that little decontamination suite is when he'd like have to remove all his clothes and get sprayed.
He spawned it in. He spawned it in with a command block.
Yeah.
There were actually a few times where I actually did forget stuff, but I'd just be like, "Oh, it ran out," and my parents were like, "Well, that's probably true." So they just didn't mention it.
Like toilet paper. Remember?
Yeah, dude, I remember.
Wait,
like-
did you actually forget
I-
toilet paper?
Well, okay, no, but like we
No, he didn't forget toilet paper. He just wasn't fast enough.
we we had already
Toilet paper's selling faster than the
I
30
mean-
series graphics cards.
usually when it comes to like paper.
That's actually true.
Usually when it comes to like paper and cleaning products, like we go to Costco and that stuff comes in like bulk, right? So like
Yeah.
we like before that stuff even happened, we had already bought like our toilet paper, so we were just like chilling, or like oh we don't.
Yeah, that's what we did
anything.
too. Like we had like a big, like, fucking 30 pack from Costco.
triple
paper.
wrapped everything like
It was like two. We stick with
Triple
2 ply
layer.
because it's like it's cost effective, and like those big rolls too. It was like the extra roll, like the ones where it's like, oh, there's now 300% more toilet paper. It was like a fatty stack. It was like this fucking large,
My
and I was like, I'm down, dude. Like
Well,
that was the best
like,
deal.
at least the lock.
It's still lasting us up till now. Like I shit you
Oh,
not.
Ah.
I mean, at least
by the way,
Quiet.
go for it. Greg.
awesome. Twitch chat is saying your mic's a bit quiet.
Yeah. Is that better now? I don't know. Wait, is it actually? No, it's taking my. Let me actually.
It's taking his Streamlabs, like his OBS input.
I just figured I'd mention it.
I mean, at least the quarantine and lockdown process in Colombia, like my parents and like all my friends or like people here, they were locked in for like 2.5 months. Like it was like low key, like you could only go out on like odd days if you like your license, like your license on an odd number. You'd be able to go out on odd days or
Oh
even
no,
days
the stream died? Okay, no, it didn't.
No.
and stuff like that. So at least we got to go out to breathe fresh air.
Meanwhile, in Sweden, no, this
Oh.
COVID thing, we don't need the social distance. We don't need to wear masks. If we just expose ourselves to it long enough, we'll build a herd immunity to it.
No.
Months
Boom.
pass, and then cases just skyrocketed, and the rest of Scandinavia is just
It's actually kind of
away.
it's actually kind of surprising, like for how lightly like Pakistan took it. It's actually not as bad as you'd expect there, and I'm honestly surprised considering there's so many people there. But I don't know what to say.
Yeah, that's very popular.
India got hit bad, like bad. Like India went down bad.
Yeah.
Like
Props to
part of it is because it's like medical system itself is kind of ass. Like its healthcare industry there is not like the forefront. It's not like America or like some places in Europe, right, where it's like the front runners in medicine. And like because there's so many fucking people, there's like no real way to properly social distance. Like the slums, gone. Like that shit's gone, dude. Like once COVID hits the slums, it's over because you can't social distance in the slums. Because there's like you literally live 6 feet apart with like full families in like a little hut. And it's really bad. And like it hits really bad.
Yeah, India is not well known for their proper health practices.
Yeah, so like I'm glad like my dad
That
was
is
in
Pakistan,
India
to be
and
fair.
then my mom was like, you're taking the next fucking flight back because you ain't staying there on your own. So he took the flight back just before the Singapore lockdown began. Like before Singapore canceled all travel, shut down airports, shut down like all businesses. Like before they did all that, like my dad came in like the day of, and like 7 a.m. was when it was gonna, or like 9 a.m. was when it was gonna start. My dad landed at 7 a.m. and went home by like 8 or like 7:30, and so he was like, "That's lucky." And then my mom started screaming at me like, "Why don't you take the flight?" And I'm like, "Don't worry about it. I'm literally gonna be in my room. I'm chilling." And then 1 month passes, and I'm like, I'm still chilling, but not really. I'm losing my shit. 2 months.
There
pass.
you go.
I am straight chilling. I'm telling you. I'm so chilling right now that I've lost 800
Hey.
SR on Overwatch.
I mean,
The
at least
the
there's,
middle months there.
at least
where-
there's, yeah. I mean, at least there's light at the end of the tunnel now. Like, at least the UK.
You're
There's
only
a
down
possibility of a
to
vaccine.
that's
Let's hope it gets
Yeah.
approved by the FDA.
I mean, the UK already
yeah.
approved it. So
But
Yeah.
the
If it
FDA
goes
is the
well for
US
them.
one, and like
Yeah, I
that's
know.
going to be the main one for us to
Yeah, I
watch
know,
out for.
I
but-
would be
if
Okay.
it's
very
oh,
surprised if it passes in the UK and the US decides not to pass it. That would shock me.
I would.
Apparently, the first shipment was going to go to Chicago.
Let's
I
go,
mean,
baby.
They said that in the US.
Like the
Wait, I'm
first-
not there anymore.
Like it was like New York. It would come in from New York, and and would go to Chicago
Well,
or
it
something
would
like
probably
that.
go to the bigger metropolitan areas, right? So New York,
Yeah.
LA, and Chicago are the big three,
Yeah.
and then
But-
after that, like Houston.
Quite frankly, though, as young, healthy men, we are not going to be getting it first anyway.
Well, the ones
People who are
No,
going to get it
the-
first
so-
are going
Everyone
to be
else in my
frontline
family is going to be
healthcare
getting
workers.
it long before I do.
I think
So
that
Yeah.
social workers, essential workers, social workers are going to be the first to get it.
yeah.
Because
We're,
I have
we're a
a
bunch
friend
of college
who's in
students. We're not
yeah,
getting that.
I have a friend in LA who's working as a social, like a healthcare worker, and
Yeah.
she was like, "Yeah, we're getting the first round of vaccines," and I'm like, "That's cool and all, but like, that's also kind of dangerous, right? Like, they
Yeah.
haven't properly investigated the vaccine to its fullest extent, which, mind you, given the time and state of emergency that we're in,
Yeah.
that's completely fine."
I mean, so far from what we know, it only stays stable at like a certain temperature. So you need to make sure that the hospitals they're being shipped to have fridges that can store it. at
Yeah,
that.
there's
Yeah,
like
and
two.
also-
because it's
There's
also
actually two
because it's
ones.
like the one by Medina.
Yeah.
So there's
There's
Moderna, and then
Yeah,
there's
Moderna and then Pfizer.
and then
Pfizer.
Pfizer, and then
Yeah.
Pfizer's one needs to be kept much lower than the Moderna
Yeah.
one. The Moderna one I think
Yeah,
is
the
just
Moderna-
0 Celsius, which isn't bad. Like
But
Yeah,
the
most
Pfizer
fridges
one
will
would
be able
make
to
the
handle
Moderna
that.
the Moderna one is more stable.
It's more
from
stable.
what we know, but
The
it's like
Pfizer one
I
is,
don't know
is the
if
one
it's-
that they're pushing
but it's
for
also
right
but it's
now.
also a two-step process. At least the Pfizer one is because you have to get the shot, and then you have to get a booster like 3 weeks later.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So I think what's going to end up happening is for the bigger metropolitan area, I think the Moderna one might get approved, and like that might be shipped out almost immediately, and then the Pfizer one will be a rollout.
Yeah, I mean,
I think up till March, maybe until I think it'll be up till June. But then you also have to think about like the anti-vaxxers, right? Like the people who are like, no vaccine for my children, or
I
no
mean, they
vaccine for
can-
me because.
they can catch it if they want to, you know.
And at that-
if the rest of us are
And at
vaccinated,
that
still,
point,
so-
I'm like,
So
yeah,
the hope is that you get a large enough percentage of the population to take it that you have herd immunity. So those people who either can't or are morons won't get it anyway, and even if they do, they won't be able to spread it because everyone else is immune.
yeah.
There are some people who legitimately can't for various reasons, but
Yeah.
I think the larger worry is the people who are like worried that Bill Gates is going to chip them.
I think that's the most interesting
I think the man is
take
too
I've
focused
heard.
on trying to re-innovate the toilet to even bother chipping people.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think people are way too tunneled in on like the wrong thing, right? Like, if I get chipped, unlucky me, right? Like, whatever at that point. But like, some people really do care about like their privacy and stuff, and
I
like
mean,
respect to them for that.
The thing is that a lot of that is
But
just
Bill Gates isn't part of the fucking process, right? Like, he
Yeah,
isn't part
I
of the
mean-
process of making the vaccine. He's funding it.
Doesn't
but that doesn't
control
mean-
that.
He doesn't
Also-
control the
Literally,
manufacture of it.
Also,
so
that's
well,
just
I just found that like super funny.
That's
Yeah,
just
no,
I
fear-mongering.
mean, in a way,
Seriously,
he does have a hand in how the WHO operates because they depend on his funding.
Yeah,
Because that's just how philanthrocapitalism works.
Yeah, like
Pretty
he has a hand in funding, and so he's going to have some say, but I don't think he has enough say to force them to add a microchip and then also not get that leaked.
You would be surprised. how
My
much you can
biggest
get away
concern
with.
I mean,
there,
yeah, but that's also honestly just like a
even
lot
if
of
you
fear mongering.
could find a way to force them to add a microchip, that shit's getting leaked within like a week. Like
it's like a
There's
it's
just
like
too
a
many
human
people
rights
involved
violation,
that's
isn't it?
gonna leak.
It's like a. I feel like it's
What
like
if I want to
a
become a
rights violation.
cyborg, eh? What if I actually
yeah, I
want
mean,
to get
if you
chipped?
Yeah,
want
that's-
the microchip, respect.
Then you opt
Like,
in.
listen,
You're part of the people
go
that
for
opt
it.
in.
Opt in,
dude.
pass, fail, bro. Opt in, pass,
Yeah,
fail.
opt in, pass,
Pass,
fail.
fail.
Yeah, but I think one of the biggest the biggest things that happened in like a positive way was that pass fail in the spring semester. I
I'm gonna
think
be real, dog.
because
IO
of how
Psych
like
A would've
sudden
looked
everything
real nice.
was. What?
That IO Psych A would have been real nice.
Dude, I had a straight A semester. That could have been my GPA booster.
Yeah,
I
that
was
was-
so sad.
Like
that
that
was
was,
not
that was
in.
a double-edged sword for sure.
I had
Yeah.
I had A's and B's when it got announced or at midterm, and after that, I'm gonna be real, my effort level plummeted because
what
at that
happened
point
last
I was
year,
like,
or last semester.
it doesn't matter what I get on this IO Psych final. I literally didn't study. I just sat down and took it and got like a 70, and I'm like, I don't care. It doesn't
Yeah.
matter.
Effort plummeted for both students and professors, I'd say, because my physics professor, like after COVID announced, he'd send us the occasional email, but aside from that, the dude straight
No
up fucking
lectures.
he
AFK'd.
vanished.
Yeah,
Yeah,
my,
I had a
weren't you
professor
taking
like
like
that.
history with
He
Forrest
just
and-
like he just went back into the black hole that he came from.
We can't call out names, Greg. Stop. Stop calling out
I'm
names.
calling him out by name.
No.
Like, no, that guy puts in no effort when it's not all online. Like,
No, I had
let's not
a
pretend that was an online thing. I know exactly who you're talking about. No, he never puts in effort.
I had
Like-
he
I had a
completely
professor
vanished
like
at
that
when
too.
like I was passing that class like very easily, and then came after the final like 3 weeks after grades already due. I see I get a U on my transcript for the class. Like what the fuck?
this class.
And
Oh, I
I
remember
had
this.
to-
I remember this.
I had to like try to track this guy down. I even had to get the dean involved eventually, because of almost 2 months of radio
Radio
silence
s-
from this guy. Like once the summer
Honestly.
semester already started, he finally sends me an email. I was like, "Oh yeah, you actually did pass this class. I don't know why I gave you the U. You passed
No,
this class like very easily. I'm sorry."
Yeah, no, he's
And then he changed my grade like another month after.
yeah, no, he's always like that. That's
See, one of the things I want to mauled about is how like undergrad and graduate affairs were dealing with the pass fail thing for co-terminal students. It was so fucking bad. I had to like I contact graduate affairs, they direct me to undergraduate affairs. Undergraduate affairs would be like talk to the registrar. I go talk to the registrar, and then they'd be like, "Oh, that's not us. You should talk with like graduate affairs." And I'd email graduate affairs and like link the whole, like I'd screenshot all the responses and be like, "So you're telling me to come back into full circle? Give me a damn answer." And they were like, and I was like, just make it pass fail for co-terminal. Like we're undergrad, like we're treated as undergrad for like our first year, so just make it pass fail so it makes life so much easier for us. And they were like, fine. It was like after a lot of people sent like the same email, because like I had like half my friends in my major were like doing the co-terminal program, and they were like, I don't know if it's pass fail or not. So we were trying hard for classes with zero motivation. So we were literally like running ourselves into the ground, like actively burning out. Like I could see like most of my friends and I just straight up burning out, because we were like, we'd get on, we'd stay up until 2 a.m. and we'd get out of it being like, I don't know what the fuck I just learned or what I studied. It was more like just mindless studying, and it's the worst thing ever.
My
Yeah.
professor said thank you for coming to class even though pass fail was announced.
I know who you're talking about.
Oh,
I know
no,
who you're talking about.
it was like, oh, thank you.
Was it a calc
You guys-
professor?
I don't
Because there's a
remember.
calc professor who's like, thank you for coming to class and not smoking. Thank you for coming to class and not eating chicken. Thank you for coming to
Why
class and
chicken
not
in
like
particular?
drinking. I don't know,
Why
man.
not?
I don't know, but,
Thank you for coming to
like,
class and being a good
I feel like
student.
Awesome's webcam crashed.
Yeah, I
Okay.
need to. I'll restart it.
but
Rest in
like,
peace.
like
This man,
like-
we literally we're at the end of the semester when we were taking his class, we were like, yo, we're gonna bring in a chicken. One of us is gonna smoke, and one of us is straight up gonna skip class because there are 3 of us. And you're gonna have fun while that's happening. He's like, yeah, okay. You can try that, buddy. But we didn't take the final for his class, which is kind of nice. So, you know, we're chilling. But yeah, I know a professor that used to do that. Awesome is black screen, boys.
Yeah, no, I'm. What do you
It's
call
over.
it? I'm trying to fix my
he's
webcam right
putting his
He's being
Uh,
sucked back in.
error
the
window is
Matrix.
on the
now.
on the screen.
I told you, welcome to the most scuffed podcast on the internet. This is what we're here for. This is content.
Sorry. Oh,
Content.
Oh, look at that! Oh, that freeze frame was a hella. Look at that
Very
freeze
nice.
frame.
Okay,
Nah.
we're
I
chilling
mean,
now.
I mean,
Alright,
I don't know.
back.
I mean, I don't know how like it affected you guys, but like all like outings and like even just normal like day-to-day life things just changed, right? And like I feel like we all kind of adapted, right? Like everyone, like all of us who go to the arena adapted to like
Dude,
6
the
people in
fact
the
that, like,
arena.
oh my god,
playing
the
with
fact that like
masks on.
teams changed, like because of COVID, we had to like Overwatch had to go through a giant fucking like a pretty big roster swap because
Oh my
teams
god, that was a
changed.
shit show.
That was so bad because like our old like player for main tank, he was like, yeah, I can't run Overwatch. I also don't have good internet, but I can run League fine. And I'm like,
Now he's a
what
league
the
player.
fuck?
Ha,
Now-
get
now
fucked.
And now
in
he's like a
plat.
League player, and we're like, the fuck.
He's the
Star
best
jungler.
one
in
trick
D3.
ever.
There we go.
He started
Star
one trick-
Kane player named Kane.
He started one tricking the horse, and now he's one tricking Kane.
And he's
And
one tricking
Kane.
Hecarim now. He's playing Hecarim now. Okay?
He's playing the horse. He's playing
He's
the horse.
back on the
Full
horse.
circle.
No matter what game. No
He's
matter
always,
where he
he's
goes.
always working the stable every game he plays.
Time
Yeah,
is a
but-
flat circle.
On top of that, like
What?
I don't know, the arena used to be like flooded
Time
in
is
a good
flat.
way.
Like the
Yeah,
It
it was
used to be flooded in a
poppin',
good
dude.
way, right? Like people would
Now
come
it's
in and
dead.
out. Like there were regulars that come in and out, and then like after spring break, they're like, "Hey, so arena's shutting down," and we're like, "What?" And they're like, "Yeah, arena's just gonna be empty, and we'll reopen it in the fall." And so we were like, I was
that's
like one of the
main
people who was
reason
like,
we
wait,
lost,
system updates, that's going to be
CSL.
like 5 hours. And then like CSL had to happen too because you guys had your finals.
No, the
right?
thing is, I mean, I've balded enough on it, but they literally canceled. I mean,
Yeah, they
like,
canceled
we were
it.
in the
They
winners
canceled
bracket.
CSL.
So we were in winners like we were in the grand finals already, and it was like a 2-week break before like the lower bracket gets done. And they're like, "Nah, we're just
Awesome.
don't even play. Like
Yeah,
we're can't, like
yeah,
it's
don't worry.
done." And then it's like June 15th, like halfway through like summer break. It's like, yeah, you guys have a final in 2 weeks. Good luck, have fun. And I'm just like, so we have to play we have to play against these teams that have already like just been like reverse sweeping the losers bracket, actually playing the game. Like 3 of our players graduated, and it's like, yo, have you guys been playing? Like, I what is league anymore? They're like, nah.
No, that happened with Overwatch because like so we were like on a good path to at least like try to push for playoffs. I believe that's what it was. It was like we could
I
have
mean,
because it was still doing the weird like normal TESPA season, but on game battles. We would like play games
Oh,
and then
wow.
there'd be like playoffs and stuff, and then so they
Just
postponed
Scuffed.
it indefinitely.
I swear,
And then
game
like
battles is only good for
middle of
COD.
fucking summer.
yeah,
Oh my
game
god,
battles
middle
is
of
only
summer
for fun.
they emailed us and said like, "Hey, we're bringing back TESPA and we're going to finish the spring split." And we were
And
like, "What?"
Our first opponent, we tried contacting them, and they were like, "I had no idea what the fuck is going on."
Well, no, because we contacted
And
them and they said that they opted out and they told Tespa that they opted out, but they still assigned them. So
No,
we
no,
Yeah.
no. So there's like there were 2 issues that
Oh.
happened. One was like on like at ITE, right? Like
Yeah.
we had more than half of our A team roster had either dropped or did not have a setup to play on. So there were literally like, what was it? We our main tank left. Our supports were gone. Like one of our supports was gone. Like we were basically in like a deficit at that point, and then we had like people graduating as well. I think Milton was the one that graduated, right? Because I remember we were still scrimming for a little bit, and Milton graduated. But like a bunch of that happened, and then so we had to merge A and B team together, and that turned into a new clusterfuck for like because it messed up team synergy and like how like the coaches were dealing with it. So like B team had their own coaches and like how like they were.
I mean,
like,
Valorant came out too, so that was also a good thing.
I mean, the thing is,
I mean that was after though. It was after.
That also
It,
didn't
it
affect
came
our
out
growth.
before, but like it's like people got into like the grand event, and we started to make a team after.
I also don't think
but
that affected
yeah,
Overwatch
it
that
was-
much. But
What?
Yeah.
that
Of course you would say that because one of the people coaching B team. This guy.
True.
It is, in fact, the guy over there.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay,
where?
it's
but
literally
That-
this.
It's his
guy?
fault.
This guy.
It's his fault.
It's literally this guy.
Where are we pointing? Where are we pointing?
This guy.
Oh,
Look
wait,
at the
I'm
stream and like point
I don't
towards
have it
Gotham.
open.
okay. It
Other
didn't.
direction.
It's still.
You guys
This
are
man was
just
so
coaching, and it's
slow.
fine. It's fine. I'm not saying like I'm blaming the coaching or anything. I'm just saying like it fucked up your mojo because like we had A team as well trying to like teach B team players how to play at A team level, and then mixing both those teams up, and then like having that seeding be like our official like ITE representative seeding, and then that putting that then going into games where we're literally and like going into scrims where we'd literally be playing way lower, and then like we'd be like, okay, we want to scrim at this place, and you know everybody agreed. They're like, okay, we'll try scrim at that place, and then immediately just getting dumpstered every single map because we were like, I don't know what the fuck's happening,
Also-
and then like going like it was just a
What-
fucking
I
cycle.
think the size of the skill disparity within the team caused just a lot of issues as well.
It was
just-
also just not having player synergy, right? Like we've had
Yeah.
skill disparity before on the
But
team.
not as wide though. I would say.
Yeah,
That's
like
awesome.
It hasn't
you
been
have a
that
legitimate
wide.
top 500 player as your best player, and some people who are
Like
silver.
2 years ago, like I think that was like the most even or like the most level I guess our team was in terms of SR disparity, because we had like a lot of our players were diamond. We had a retired like GM player. We had an active top 500, and then we had Matthew who was like masters at that point, and then like yeah, so like that was the range, right? And like we'd have like people who like actively call, big brain people. We'd have people who were like mechanically cracked. Who were like overall, it was like a stacked team. I think that was like one of the most successful teams we've had so far.
We also had
Not to
Matthew being
downplay the
good.
fact that like the current team, it's more so like that team at that point in time was just really good because they meshed together. And I think part of it is because of having that face-to-face interactions, and Asim and I actually like stepping in and being like, hey, let's do like a in-person VOD review, or like we'll just chill out over lunch and like look at the VOD and meme and shit, you know? Like we didn't actually conduct like a serious VOD review at any point in time because the players themselves knew where they went wrong just by looking over at like a replay or something.
I mean, you also had to.
Because like I'd record it and I'd upload it onto I'd record it on my computer and I'd upload it onto the drive, like our ITE drive under the Overwatch folder, and we'd have like an archive. And if you look at the level of play then and compare it to now, it's like we had focus then because we kind of knew each other in real life, and like we put a face to the name. And then now it's like very messy and like unfocused, and like it's like there's an air of unease, and that's
I mean, the thing
it's
is,
nothing else apart from circumstances to blame.
the thing is that back then though, like kind of going back to the skill disparity thing, the skill disparity was not very high at all. Because I think our lowest player was like, other than when Matthew started, which when he was like silver, but like other than that, it was
Well, no, he wasn't silver at that point. He was plat.
when he
was like a
joined- no,
yeah.
was,
When he joined, he was like 2,800.
no, he was
It was like a
one-
20.
Lower.
He was like 1.8 or something. Like literally when he was
No,
trying
no,
out,
no, no, no.
when he was trying out,
No,
he was
no, no, no.
1.8.
He was gold like when the team actually formed.
I
but
thought
he
it was like
silver when
gold or
trying out.
plat.
He
Honestly,
definitely was
I
not. He definitely was not plat because I remember he hit.
He
plat
definitely
1,000
wasn't
miles.
plat. He was
Yeah.
not plat at the time. He climbed to plat like
Yeah.
while he was on the team.
Yeah, but what do you call it? Well, but you have to realize that other than that, like, what was the lowest? Like diamond, something like that. So like back then, like the reason that when we talk about like VOD reviews, like we didn't focus too much on VOD reviews because it was a lot like easier to not focus on them, and focus on other stuff. But like for the next 2 years, like the skill disparity is higher, so there's just a lot to work on when it comes to like game sense and stuff
Mhm.
like that. Not everyone's like gonna be on the same page instantly. So like really that's just it is what it is, especially because right it feels like for the past 2 years not as many people are like interested.
I think last year was our biggest turnout for Overwatch.
Yeah, but then also like there was it was definitely the biggest turnout, but you also had to realize it was like within a certain skill range, right? Like there was no Faisal, there was no like Hoovy, there was no like William or Matthew really. That's like the higher like echelon or whatever that we had like that first year.
Like the grinders.
Yeah,
But we did get a couple of grinders, and then it was just unfortunate they got burnt out from the game, and like
yeah.
other circumstances made them like
Yeah.
not be able to play the
And-
game anymore.
And I'm sure the current people too like are obviously interested to play it, but like it's just that baseline skill level, It just
Yeah, it's because we set a standard at the very start.
And while I'm just back and forth, and I don't want to play my main role anymore.
yeah.
I mean,
tank
there were
is just-
positives this semester though. Like, I mean,
Yeah, there definitely were.
with adapting, like, I guess it sort of brought out like.
I mean,
how
over
people
summer, I
adapt.
think that was like the most boring summer that anyone has ever gone through, right? Like the
Greg, you're
only
not sure
people,
how
I
boring
guess,
summer was.
I think
I mean,
the
my-
only people that actually had like, professionally speaking, in terms of like having fun, were the people who were able to do like remote internships. And like a bunch of my friends got remote internships, and good on them, right? But like I was really jealous of that. I like got into a rut.
I mean, I was interviewing for one, and then they canceled the position, so because of COVID. But it wasn't supposed to be remote. It was supposed to be in person.
Same here.
I mean, I just I was just chilling. I was just lax, Like I don't think I don't think I would have survived on the Columbia internet from March. I would have. It was been oof.
Especially when you're on the mafia's payroll.
Yeah, they could at least give me like. You could at least give me a gig, no? A gig up, a gig down, no? Just get 200 kilobytes or something,
Yeah.
Sad.
I don't know. I feel like Greg was about to say something.
I wasn't.
No, I see.
Well,
He just learned a new fact about Juan being tied to the syndicate.
That's in Mexico. It's in Sinaloa. Come on.
Yeah.
The new Colombian syndicate, the one that's up and rising that nobody's ever heard about and never will.
Yeah, the pirate
It's just
syndicate.
Juan by himself.
No, it's the pirate syndicate.
Oh, I couldn't sneak out. I was afraid.
You have to just master the fall out of frame.
see
Yeah,
what
you gotta
I
master
do?
the
Just
fall
have
out.
the
Awesome,
webcams
dude.
not working.
Exactly.
clearly-
Austin has the fall out of frame known as the webcam crash.
Yeah, I mean,
I think
I'm just using my
There were a lot
phone,
of
but-
positives and negatives from like the summer esports season.
And even fall this semester was
Why
pretty
does it keep freezing?
successful.
Yeah.
Because you're too icy, awesome. It's too cold.
Too cold,
I-
dude.
Yeah, I feel like for the fall season, like the inability to go out and do things that are interesting kind of left esports as the only thing left to do for me.
But also,
I wouldn't
like,
call that a good thing overall, but it certainly forced me to grind.
but also, like,
I think it also.
I'm gonna be honest. As
playing.
good as grinding is, being forced to grind due to circumstances is one of the worst ways to
Burns
grind.
you out.
oh,
Yeah, I
Because
got
you
burned.
don't
You
have like an
just-
internal motivator, right? Like you having that internal motivator to get better won't exist. You're basically playing for the sake of playing, not for the sake of
Yeah.
improving or for the sake of the grind. You're playing for the sake of just I need to kill time. I'm fucking bored out of my mind.
also,
I got burnt out of it after like 2 months.
when
and
the
I
only
took weeks off.
when the only thing you do is play video games, like, dude, I realize, like, in this quarantine that I'm not as introverted as I think I am, because like I am starting to get really bored being at home. Like, it's actually driving.
I mean,
me
even
insane, it's
even
not-
even introverts like need social interaction.
Yeah.
At least some form of social
Like-
interaction, right?
like,
Like, it's
it's-
not like
it's-
video
well-
games itself, but like just having people
It's
around
not
them.
that's the main misunderstanding is that introverts just hate do not want to be around people. Even like introverts do want to be around people sometime. It's just that they recharge from social interaction by taking time to themselves. At least that's the usual convention of it.
Yeah.
For me,
introverts are not antisocial.
Like I wouldn't say like I'm extroverted. Like, some of the outgoing people out there, good on them. And I wouldn't say I'm like super introverted or antisocial. I say I'm somewhere in between where I'm more of a listener than a talker. So I'm like a quiet extrovert, if you get what I mean. Like I like being in social
Yes, not a
situations,
talker,
but I
running
don't
a
like.
podcast.
Dude, I don't like. Okay, if we were like at a party or something, I wouldn't be the one like talking a lot
Oh,
unless
you go
I've
to
had
parties? Wow.
Right, you would just
During
be like,
COVID, you're going to parties during COVID, bro.
No, I
this
meant like
guy.
not
Look
during
at
COVID.
this guy,
Before
man.
COVID, I
Go to-
did go to a couple parties and it was fun, right?
Set
Like
up to Brazil.
that was my way to
Prison.
recharge from everything. This included prison. I mean, what?
I mean, this quarantine sent me to Brazil twice.
Yeah.
My
So No, but on a serious note, like some of my friends, they because of their medical conditions, they cannot leave their house, and so like it sucks not being able to see them because I was really close with them, right? Like people who are you're closest to and not being able to see them really fucking sucks. And then on top of that, not being able to say goodbye to your friends who are graduating sucks even more. Because like I have like my last last semester, because it was all online for the second half, what ended up happening is that because graduation was also online, pretty much all of us lost contact with each other. And like the only way we actually like talked with each other was like kind of forced, in the sense that like we'd meet about a class, or we'd like, mulled about a class or something like that. It would never be like, hey, we are friends, therefore we're talking. It's more like we're classmates, and I really hate this class, and I know you hate this class. Let's mold together. And like, it just felt like at one point it was just getting very, stale and stuff. And so like people lost contact, and not being able to see people in person, I think it was the biggest factor for me, because I'm glad that I have roommates because I can talk to them. But like, if I was living alone, I'd fucking hate life. I'd hate life so much at that point.
I mean, it's not like. Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Don.
No, I mean you said first. Go.
I was gonna say it's not like I haven't seen people like during quarantine. Like I've seen obviously like my cousins and stuff really, but only like a few times. But like either way, we can't really do anything unless we like know one it's safe, and two we can't go anywhere. What was that?
Webcam died.
Then ao Brazil.
Yeah, no. Someone from chat said, venha ao Brasil. Eu não falo português muito bom. Please don't.
What does that
Please
mean?
don't roast them. Please don't roast them.
Don't roast my Portuguese.
Please don't roast his Portuguese, man. He doesn't deserve it. He's Colombian.
Roast is Portuguese.
Yeah, please do. I learned it in high school. I forgot it.
Just roast his pork and feed it to
I
him.
mean, Austin was saying about his cousins before I interrupted him.
Yeah.
Oh, I was just saying that like the only stuff that I've seen like my cousins and stuff really like the few times.
Am I getting
like, we
flamed
had
in
to.
chat? I closed it.
I don't know.
Oh,
I don't know
no.
what that means. I'm guessing I'm getting flamed in chat. But
Okay, let me see if I remember my Portuguese.
But what do you call it? Like it's not
Oh, he
like...
said I speak well.
Oh, okay.
Muito
The anti-flame.
wait. Muito bom. Muitas gracias por ver nosso stream. I don't think I got the verb tense right.
I don't think you got it right.
It is what it is. He can decipher it.
Austin finished his goddamn
Oh,
story.
I was just saying. I was just saying, like I have seen people like I met like my cousin, like my really good friend, like a couple of times when we like know what's safe and stuff, but like we can't do anything other than like go
You
to the
met
other person's
Steve
house.
in a while?
I've only actually met Steve in person like 2 or 3 times, even before COVID. So like, yeah, I mean,
Have you talked to Steve?
sometimes, or I've done it like a couple times this semester, but really like other than like some of my high school friends and like the people involved in IT, I really haven't talked to any of my other friends that much. Also, because like I don't really play games as much as I used to. So
yeah, same. I also feel
from the video games.
I also feel like in terms of like team bonding and like community events and like chemistry, like in chemistry.
He's boomed us all.
My
He's boomed us all.
My monitor blacked out.
Awesome,
He's boomed us all, boys.
No, not like this. Why did my
Can we get a
black
scuff
out?
in the chat? Can we get a scuff in the chat, please? I'd appreciate the scuffs in the chat.
All right. I'm gonna take this opportunity to abandon everyone.
Sopa de macaco, uma delícia.
Oh no!
Oh my
Why?
god!
Very problematic. I wish you all the best of luck in resolving this, but I have to step out. So
Greg, why are you gonna step out? Why are you stepping out?
Because it's 11 p.m.
He has
and
to.
there are other people in my house.
It's midnight here.
Listen,
There's a
Memphis needs him. Memphis needs him.
Your parents haven't heard your voice in like 70 years.
No.
Like-
Memphis needs him.
Yeah, I
Memphis
go out
needs
at
him,
night and I fight crime. Fun fact.
Yeah, he's Batman.
So I'm gonna go do
Vote
that.
for
I'm
Memphis.
literally Batman. Bye.
He's gonna go out and
Later.
shatter glass.
I,
Why?
All right,
I,
take
rip
care,
Greg.
Greg.
Yeah.
Rip Greg.
Yeah.
Now Awesome
And
has
then
to
there were 4.
now our Scuffed podcast is even more scuffed.
There's like
Yeah,
why?
Yeah, because he's gonna have to replace like Greg's one with a mad dog out of nowhere. Can we
But
get a mad
also,
dog in
like,
chat for
I
Greg?
can't actually, like, for some reason, pull up your guys' things, your cameras.
Wait, can you not?
Reset,
Like, display
reset, turn it
capture
off,
ain't
turn it back
working?
on. Wait, Greg. Wait, something happened.
Oh,
Wait,
On
no.
the-
No, that was
Display
just that was
capture
just,
isn't
that was
working?
just Greg eating out.
oh no, no,
No, Greg.
Oh
Man with
no,
the
it's
magic
getting
hat.
worse.
Man with, bro, we need him. We need Greg back. Man with the magic hat said, "Bring back Greg. We need you." Or
Yeah.
yes, I think that's the direct.
Why is this
That's the
doing this?
Tiamo.
What did I do to deserve
That means
this?
he needs you back. We need
What
Greg
was
back.
just said. We need the Geg back.
Alright, hold
Bring
on.
back Lord Gurg.
How do you try on studio mode? This is how you try on studio mode. Alright, keep talking while I fix this.
Anyways,
I mean,
my take on the whole situation, the whole like thing was, so I think almost every year for like the past few years, I've celebrated like the 4th of July by, going to my parents' place and then hosting a little gathering there with a couple of friends. Nothing too like crazy, right? Like it's not like, hey guys, we're gonna have a wicked party. It's more like just a small gathering, grab some food, watch a movie or something, and then we have a rooftop, and then we go to the rooftop and watch like the Navy Pier fireworks that are set off like every 4th. And this year it didn't happen. That kind of bummed me out. Like I could still hear the fireworks, but I was so fucking sad that I was like, damn, bro. I was like, damn, bro. I really wish I could see fireworks. Because like one of the few things that I like is fireworks, just like viewing fireworks. And then that's like a sake, and not being able to do that, or like not being able to do that with people, I think was the biggest bummer. Because like I thrive on that social interaction of like being with people that I care about and like just
The
having
funniest thing
just
is
talking
that-
about shit.
I'm sorry to interrupt, but the funniest thing is Awesome's an ITM major.
I know.
Okay,
that's the
It's
beauty
not-
of all this.
That's the beauty.
it's not
It's
reading.
fine.
Hold on. It's not
That's
reading.
the poetic irony.
Poetic irony, baby.
It's not reading my my second monitor for some reason. So like I can't do the display.
it plugged in?
Greg just had this problem
It's
too.
definitely plugged in. What do you
Greg
mean?
can. It's literally happened to Greg.
Can you do like application?
and then plugging it back again?
Yeah, have you
No,
tried to
awesome,
turn it off
awesome.
and turn it on again?
Awesome. Disable the device and re-enable it. It might work. Or you're either gonna like have a black screen on your video. So, good luck, have fun.
At that point, this is literally the internet's most scuffed podcast.
It already was from its
I
inception.
mean, to be honest, League had a really good fall season. Posso eu entrar na sua... do we let Magic Man into the transmission? He wants to join the stream.
Who's man?
Unfortunately,
Honestly, I could.
Wait,
I know him.
I got an idea.
oh, do you actually?
I do. He's one of my best friends.
Oh, let's
I
see.
got.
Oh,
an-
please don't put me on the spot. I can't speak Portuguese like that,
Dude,
man.
I can't speak
Please don't
Portuguese
do
too,
that.
dude.
Well, firstly, I need him in the server.
That's true.
I mean,
Replace
Oh.
Greg with Magic Man. Oh no,
Yeah.
dude, Greg, you're getting replaced.
he can speak Portuguese, Greg. Not like you.
All right, wait.
Unlike you, K Kona brother.
I mean, another good thing that came out of the fall semester was that, at least for league-wise, D1 got really high seedings. They performed really well in the invitationals. They're prepped for CLOL like in the spring.
A team,
Me
even though
too.
we're a dumpster fire for Overwatch, like in terms of communication
uh,
and team play, we actually did like not that bad
Congratulations.
in retrospect.
You know, like before you continue on to Overwatch, for Dota, for one, this is the furthest that we've probably ever gotten because the team has still stuck around for the team has lasted the entire semester. Firstly, it hasn't disbanded due to schedule conflicts, which is already a huge accomplishment. That's one of the things I set out to do.
Bro, I don't remember
And
like
the, sec-
years
and the
before.
second thing, The second thing,
Oh no,
that
awesome.
the Dota.
Leaked.
Don't worry, I'm fixing it.
There's something. Let's
I don't
go.
know
Just pull
if-
up
I
the
don't know if this is
Discord thing
something
and
that I-
just put it over on the stream overlay.
I
That's
don't
what I'm
know
doing,
if this is
that's what I'm
something that I
doing.
want to take ironic
Let's
pride in.
go.
Yes, I'm on the stream.
Okay.
Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Go ahead. I'm sorry. I'm behind.
Yeah. Told you were scuffed.
All right, there's one. There's one.
He needs to do it for
So,
4.
the second thing that is that I don't know if I should take ironic pride in this or not, but the Dota team is effectively the TSM of ITE.
What do you mean?
Losing the Golden
We
Guardians and
haven't
then
won
the
a
worst.
single match.
I thought you were about to say we lose to Golden Guardians and then run the losers bracket, but okay. No question.
Okay, we're 0-5, but it's like not necessarily our fault because we do good in the games. Like we do really good, but then we just like make one screw up and they're good enough to like exploit
off
that
it, yeah.
one mistake. And 2 of the losses were forfeit losses.
Don't you get kicked out after 2?
I think
No.
that's
We're
only
still
Starlight.
in.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
That's
Yeah.
only in Starlink, but like in OD we're still in because we still have the
Oh.
scheduled match in January. It's 2 or more.
Oh, okay. I mean, I'm proud of the league boys. They won GG leagues.
I don't know,
They
I'm
won.
proud of Overwatch for like
I'm proud of all the league
like
boys.
B team actually like pulled up. Not gonna lie, like they figured out like how they wanted to like conduct practices and stuff, and they found a style that fit them. And yeah, that's like really good on them because I felt like they were a little lost in previous years because they weren't
Yeah.
given as much guidance as let's say A
Mhm.
team was because a lot of the focus was on A team. Like even as a coach, I feel
Oh,
like I
yes.
was more focused on A team than B team, honestly, and that's why Austin
I-
took over for B team as like the primary coach.
All right,
I-
all right. I'm bringing in the Magic Man. The Magic
are
Man,
you?
man with
Are
the
you
magic hat.
actually?
Special
Yes.
guest on the last
Three,
Does
episode.
he have a
2,
webcam?
1.
Does he have a webcam? That's the real question.
Probably not, but we'll see.
Oof.
Hello,
Welcome.
Magic Man.
Hello.
Oh no.
Boa
Now
noite.
we-
Boa noite.
Yeah, just
Why do you have Raj Patel as your?
Oh no! Yeah,
Your
Austin has to
childhood
redo the overlays.
No, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. I got it. Don't worry, guys. I got it. Don't worry. I got it.
Awesome is now a shit pie.
Oh no, not like this. I got it. Don't worry. Wait.
All right. Where was I? Like
I was
the
about to
Overwatch
say
team
that
was
It's also a
definitely
lot easier. It's a lot easier to play when you're like, when you know you're playing to improve instead of playing to win, because you just want to win. Like you want the results now, right? Obviously, even if you're learning, you want to win, right? But like in the back of your head, you're trying to grasp the game, and you're like trying to like learn everything. Dang, why do you gotta why do you steal my identity? Like, come on,
Wait,
Austin.
What?
You
Finish
stole
what you're
my
saying,
identity.
Juan. Stop getting distracted.
How did
God
I-
damn it, dude.
Oh, it's
This
'cause
is
I
so
don't know.
fucking scuffed. It's actually.
I don't know.
Right.
I don't know what's funnier.
There we
I don't know
go.
what's
There we
funnier.
go.
Seeing that Awesome is Juan, or seeing that Juan is awesome, or Awesome taking the place of a shit pie. Now it's Greg. Now Greg is a shit pie.
El Sol Novo Greg.
Oh,
my
he's the
God,
new Greg.
God,
He's
no,
the new
dude.
Greg.
Oh my god.
God, I see Ryan in the corner of the stream right there. Anyway, Paul, what were you saying about like overall?
That like I felt like what's
Like you're
happening
proud of
with
the
these
league
games-
boys, and yeah, I think
Well,
like everyone
like, what
is
happened-
too.
What happened was like when I played D3, I was having fun because I was learning, and that's why I wanted to play more. But when I started playing to win, it became a lot more like I have to do this to like win and make me feel better, not because I want to actually learn and play. So that's sort of like maybe the key differences when you play like varsity or JV.
Don't worry, I'm doing it. It's in the process.
Yeah, I think one of the big things that I guess for a
Alright, we
team
did
that
it.
I'd say
did it.
like I'd reflect on. Oh no, Ryan isn't there now. There we go. He's there.
Yeah, he's there. He's definitely there. Alright.
He's there. This took a while. One of the things I guess like
whoops.
my biggest, I want to say regret, but
Oh, wait,
like
no,
one of
no,
the
Sorry.
areas of improvement that I'd say for A team would be like when we do scrim. I feel like there's some scrims where we're like we start off with like okay we have the set plan and then we just go off that plan like almost immediately. And, like we don't have the patience to stick with it. Oh my fucking god!
I'm sorry.
Greg,
happening?
what the fuck?
All right. It's there. All right. It's
Bro, I'm getting.
Everything is
What about
perfect.
Valorant? What
Everything
about
is perfect
Valorant,
now.
Austin? I feel like Valorant has
What?
actually done pretty well.
Well,
Like-
Valorant has done really well because for the first thing, their main accomplishment, they popped into existence.
Yeah. I mean,
They're,
remember,
they're
Valor-
actually.
Val-
I think
Valorant
they're
did
the
not
biggest
exist.
team now. They're the biggest team in ITE
you mean
that
the
ITE's
biggest
roster has. Like game. The IT like
Technically, yes, because
Yeah,
there's like
because you guys have like 18 players, I think. 18 like plus players.
something like that. Yeah.
You guys have a minimum of 15 players,
Yeah.
and that's I think close to Overwatch already. And
Yeah.
I think it's gonna be over. I think it's gonna be over.
Around 18 or something. I mean, we're
I mean, they're-
And it's the first semester too.
Yeah.
I also feel like there's a lot of like I mean maybe this is like something I noticed this semester, but there was a more casual audience playing a league this semester than competitive players.
especially
like-
In League?
for D3, I think, because I think, well, actually, maybe not for D3, because I feel like a lot of the D3 players were already there. No, but like, for example, like Kane was playing the game casually last year, but now is playing the game competitively.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
actually playing more than Kane now.
I told him to play Jarvan. It's me. It's all me. I told him to pick up Hacker.
You know who coached his
before.
mental? You know who coached his mental, Juan? It was all me. I coached his shit mental. I coached it to the ground, dude. Like his mental was good, and then I destroyed it. So you're welcome.
I mean, D3 cost me a monitor, but we'll not talk about it.
D3 cost you
D3
more
cost
than a
you
monitor.
more than a monitor. It cost
More
you
than a
keyboard,
monitor,
It costed
okay?
you your mic. Look at your fucking
Look at your mic, dude. D3 costed you more than a monitor, all right? Like more than
Yeah.
a good monitor too.
How many times did you relapse over the fall?
And the
8.
summer, bro.
And
the
the
su-
summer.
In the
Summer
summer,
was
he
bad.
like
I'd play
every
from
week.
I'd play from like 6 p.m. to like 6 a.m.
I'll tell you what, though, over summer when we had like that League 5 stack going, like even though we were all molding, at the end of the day, it was just like we're just
We
like,
were still
laughing it
winning
off.
games. Is the funny
We were like
thing.
winning games, and then
the
like
thing is, like, it was like
Amir would maul at me, and I'd be like, I know I'm bad, man. Fucking relax.
it would
We're
just
playing
be
for
like,
fun.
we would will everyone to. It'd be like 100 kills per like team, 70-minute games. Like I had no idea how we'd win these games. I'd be like,
I'll tell you how. For a few of them, it was my signature Omnistone Pantheon support.
It literally
On-
was. It was like the Omnistone Pantheon, and the other one was my signature Olaf tank build. I literally run it down on Olaf as jungle, as the worst jungler in that stack. I assure
And then
you,
Pantheon
I
support
am the
became meta
worst
at Worlds,
jungler in that stack.
like months later.
and
Like Juan,
and then-
I was the worst jungler in that stack any day of the week. Matthew's
I
a better
mean-
jungler than me.
No,
100%.
my webcam got fucked.
Dead ass, Matthew would have been a better jungler than me in that stack. Like even if he didn't know how to play for shit, like I didn't know how to play the game for shit. Like I was just doing shit that was brain dead, like from start to finish. Amir was just like molding, Zayan was molding, Faisal was just like laughing his ass off. Like it was all just a shit show from start to finish. But it was
Yeah,
fun. Like that's the
league.
thing, right?
No,
Like I
that's
feel like,
league. That's
Zayan-
league right there.
Faisal didn't know how to pronounce his own account's name.
oh yeah.
We're not saying that on stream.
We're not
We're
saying that on
We're not
stream.
saying it on
Get
stream.
banned,
It's
get
not saying that on
banned.
inappropriate.
But yeah, for Valorant, I think that there were a lot of pluses, and I still think there are a lot of pluses and stuff to look forward to. CS:GO kind of popped off, like having an actual
Kind
like
of.
roster this time that didn't want to fucking quit.
If we didn't
week
get
in.
5 nuke games in a row, Greg. 5.
Yeah, I don't know how the fuck you guys managed to
We
get
collect-
5 in nuke.
We collectively won.
thought you
less
guys
than
played-
15 rounds on nuke.
I thought you guys
Over
played
5 games.
a lot more overpass than nuke, because I know you
No,
guys
that
were
was
running
in-
pubs
That was
and
in
stuff.
face. That was in face.
Well, like pugs, yeah. You guys are running pugs and stuff, and I felt like there's just like a difference in tempo, and that's fine. But I think the main thing that I want to say for the CS:GO team was that you guys molded way too like hard, but and way too fast. Like
We were the
it was
content team because we weren't winning shit.
like you guys literally went from like, all right, let's win this shit to what the fuck? How the fuck does he? I'm being flashed 4 times in a row, dude. Why? In like the loudest fucking tone, and I just can't. Like I literally sat in from like the old CS team, like the last few games that the old CS team had, and then this current CS team roster, and I think I don't know. This CS team is content, and I think you guys should be a content-driven CS team. Just meme the shit out of every game. Like, don't play to win and play to meme, right? Like, if you win, you win. Good on you. But at that point, just fucking meme everything.
Speaking of what do you call it? Valorant, Juan, guess what team just won CEA? Literally like
Mamba.
15 minutes ago.
Mamba mode.
They're not
Junior.
in CEA. What? CEA was the thing that we were playing in.
No,
Oh.
the one where we played, right? The
Yeah.
Radiant team.
Yeah. They're
Bro,
what do
we
you call
could have
it?
Was
won
it
that
the
game.
Is
We-
it the
we
first
coulda
round
won
you
that
guys
game.
played?
We were
We could-
close. We should we could have won that game. But
We got 13-8. We got 13-9 both games,
I
bro.
think
It was
Memo talked
rough.
about this. It was the one team that you guys lost to ended up winning it all in the end.
yeah. I mean they
Bro,
just
it-
they
no,
just
it's
won it all.
cursed.
They literally-
Valorant's A team is cursed because in their first round, or like one of their early rounds, they go up against the winners, and the winners are like, it's
mean,
a close game between them,
They
but
just
like,
won.
my god, they just win after that. Like, they just take the whole tournament.
Yeah,
like,
there was-
the very first Valorant tournament that you guys participated in, like,
There was that
when we were doing in the trial phase, fucking Mamba mode won. Like,
Well, that one,
Yeah.
the one that Mamba Mode won was like, okay, we meme about like not liking Mamba Mode, but that's not really the case because we played Mamba Mode 4v5 when our best player, which was Ray, was asleep. So like,
Oh, yeah.
we got rolled by them because you know
remember
4v5
that.
Ray was asleep. So yeah, and then
yeah, I remember I was on the Valorant grind, and then I fucking nearly broke my mouse and headset, and I tilted Juan. Out of everyone, I thought I wouldn't tilt Juan, but I tilted the fuck out of Juan, and it was
I mean, Juan's
so
not that hard to
sad.
tilt.
Bro, you look at me funny.
No,
I'm
like I
tilted,
like
bro.
no,
I don't
I
know,
like
man.
made him mad. Like it wasn't like tilt. Like I
You
made
looking at
him
me
mad.
funny, Ryan? Huh? I'm already
No,
tilted,
no,
Ryan.
I'm looking at
I'm already
that.
tilted.
I'm looking at the fucking Ajit Pai. That thing makes me smile every time I see it.
The Santa head is the source of his power, you see.
The best part is that I am the reason why he has that.
Yeah, it is true. He is.
Anyway, speaking of new people, I guess Ajit Pai, you are our very first guest on this podcast.
Thank
Very
you.
first guest.
That's such an honor.
So tell us a little bit about yourself. You know.
Well, there's not much to say. I'm brown like Asim here, and also
wait, are you that Hamza
also
guy?
you, Pavan. I'm
Is he
from
Hamza?
Pakistan.
Yeah, this is Hamza.
Yeah,
Ah,
I'm
I figured.
Hamza.
I
Hummus.
figured.
Hummus.
You mean?
Man, where's William when you need him, right? Like William should be in the chat right now.
He was in a voice call with me, and then I left to join you guys, and he's like, "The fuck?" But he was mute, and he fucking deafened himself.
Yeah, because he was
He's
taking.
still-
Yeah, he's still in there. He's taking. He's doing his take-home exam.
I
His take-home
see.
final.
I see. So, I was speaking Portuguese because it's one of the 4 languages I learned. Technically 5, because English isn't my native language. You see,
Right.
Nice.
I learned Portuguese, Spanish, French, and German. My German's bad though.
¿Por qué no hablaste español? No me jodas. What the fuck, bro?
Por los hispánicos en los Estados Unidos, pero yo pienso que el portugués es más fácil
I agree.
Fair.
y
Fair
es
enough.
Bro.
más divertida.
It is fair.
Bro.
That
you're-
is fair.
you're
If,
crazy.
I understood
You're
all
crazy,
that.
dude.
if you
You're
learned
crazy.
Portuguese earlier, it's a lot easier.
No, you're crazy.
Aquí es
Portuguese is just
Historia.
spicy. Portuguese is spicy Spanish.
Escuchan. Cuando yo aprendí español, sí, en la universidad, yo decidí que quizás yo aprenderé portugués también. Y en general, mi universidad no, like they didn't have it's broken up into normal sections, like 1, 2, 3, 4,
Oh,
like they do
okay.
for every other language class. They said to take the Portuguese course, you need to have at least completed a 200 level Spanish course, which I did. And the weirdest part was that my Portuguese teacher was actually one of my former Spanish teachers. He was from
That's a
Brazil.
meme.
Okay.
That's actually a
Okay.
meme.
I have a really funny story. So I learned Portuguese in high school. It was like my senior year or something, and and in Spanish. Wait, I knocked my mic.
No, we can hear you. We can hear you.
But what happened was I got late, and a small bus in
I thought you
in
said you got
Spanish.
laid.
Yeah, he got laid, dude.
Well,
I'm
in
just
Spanish is
saying.
Wawa,
He
right?
probably got laid after speaking some Portuguese.
Small bus in Spanish is buceta, but
That's-
in Portuguese that's buceta.
Oh,
So
I
small
get
bus
you.
is-
Mm.
But buceta in Portuguese is also like an insult that I'm not gonna repeat in English. So I walk into class late, and my Portuguese teacher's like, "Why are you late?" And I'm just like, "Hey, my buceta,"
Buceta.
and she's like, "Bro,
Whoa.
you can't come in here. Like leave the
You can't
class."
say
And
that.
I'm like, why? Cause my buceta? Cause my buceta late? I was already like, I was like 361 degrees tilted, like full circle. Like I was, and then she kicked me out, and then like I sat down, and I'm like, wait, I just did something.
I mean, you said let's just say it's something in English that could be used to refer to a cat, you see.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, I mean, when you say that to a teacher,
That's also
That's a problem, dude.
I mean,
Mariana.
I learned so many languages in university, you don't even know. But, like, here's the thing. I spoke with my Portuguese teacher, and what's weird is that he said the word for a dog is a cachorro, but he said don't say cachorra because it means dog, but, in the way that we mean dog for a woman.
Oh,
A female dog.
Yes. So don't
Yeah.
don't say that, he said.
fair enough.
If I went ahead and said, like, bitch waiting at home, what'd you guys think?
I mean, I want to know.
Had a female dog waiting at home. Her name's
Sally.
I'm
Sally.
a cat person, sir.
She's a beautiful golden retriever.
Yeah, that's true. He is a cat person. He has two
Well, I mean, if
wonderful
you're brown,
cats.
it makes sense.
Funny thing is, my cat is also.
Are you a
named-
cat person as well, Austin?
Well, no, it's just that. What do you call it? Wait, Hamza, I'm guessing you're Muslim, right?
I mean, my parents are,
Yeah,
and
so,
they're illegal to have in Islam.
yeah, you're not supposed to have a dog in Islam, or if
Yeah.
you're
Really? I
And
did not
let me
know
tell you
that.
the story,
Because-
as I learned it from my dad. So, back in the day, in the creation of man, God's like, yo, check out this cool new thing I made. It's called man. And then all the angels are like, oh, God, that's so cool. Yeah, great job, except for one. And that was Iblis, who in English is referred to as Lucifer. And he's like, yeah, it's not that cool, God. In fact, I'm going to spit on your creation. And he spat on him right where his belly button would be. And where he spat on him, that piece of his flesh fell off, right? And that piece of flesh would grow to become the dog. And that's where the dog comes from.
So it's a double
FBI,
feature.
open up.
And apparently, when
FBI,
you're
open
in
up.
the presence of a dog, your good deeds aren't counted for. So
Well, here's the thing. Dogs are good for detecting
FBI.
demons 'cause they're made from the devil's saliva, but also they're good with humans because, they're made from man's navel.
Yeah, I'm a dog person, not a cat person. I'd say that definitively.
What are you, a Hindu?
me,
I am a
I'm-
Hindu.
Oh, well,
My God.
Unlucky,
Wait, is-
right?
Where we commit murder to each other.
Will happen one day. It's already happening back in the homeland. We don't have to. We don't have to continue the fight here. All right.
what?
It's already happening back in the homeland when like people are just at each other's throats. We're all chill outside of the homeland. All right.
I don't know.
And
My
disconnected
ancestors did it, so maybe I should do it too.
Oh my god. He's really about to make this into a podcast that's banned after the first episode he's on it.
Can you guys hear me?
Oh, cut the VOD,
Yeah,
boys.
I'm
I'm
Pakistani.
kidding. Don't worry. I respect all religions and people. As in, I think they're all
We're about to
inferior
get
to one specifically.
I mean, you asked for him to tell the story. To be fair,
Wow, Greg. What do you call it? Greg really changed when his parents called him or whatever.
Yeah.
Did he actually? Yeah, I don't know. How's your year been, Hamza?
It's been fucking shit. I'll tell you. Listen, you ever just like take a class because at first you think, oh, this would be interesting and neat, and then by the time you realize, oh no, I've made the worst mistake ever. It's
Every
already
class I've
too
taken
late.
so far.
Yeah, I had that with this history class. It was about Eastern Europe and the rise and fall of communism, right? And I thought it would be about the cool
Interesting.
stuff, the gulags, the Holodomor,
Yeah.
all those like KGB agents and whatnot. Nope, nope. I'm like, my teacher is from Poland, and she grew up during communism.
Ooh.
She even told us a story about how she bought her first car in Poland. But I'm like, this class is so horrible. I just want to kill myself. In
Add
a
that
video,
to Jaegers.
I'm sorry if Twitch overlords. In a video game.
That's like really bad. I don't think I've ever had a class where I took it and I was like,
I definitely.
my God, I'm in like suffering from severe depression at that point.
I know.
I've had classes where like just the work, like it sounds interesting, and then they hand me the work and like they start teaching the class and it just puts me to sleep.
No, me
I have to like find some way to like wake myself up and be like, you better be asking me questions, if not, I'm not gonna learn.
Me and Zayan took a class last semester, which I won't name just so that the professor doesn't get called out, or whatever. But we took it thinking it was like the easiest A of our lives, and it was.
What was it
not.
about? Without
I'm not gonna say because there's only 2 classes
I
this.
know what class he's talking about.
Yeah, but like we took the class thinking it was gonna be an easy A.
Oh.
It was way too much work for what it was, and it would have been even more work if we hadn't gone online.
It was the humanities class. I'll say that much.
Yeah, it was actually a humanities class.
Was it one of the humanities class? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, some of the humanities classes are a lot of work. I'm glad I took like the fun ones out of the way. I think the only one that actually made me mauled was philosophy class that I took, like my first philosophy class, and he was like, "Yeah, so you've got 6 books to read. I want you guys to finish all these books by next week." And I was like, "I don't fucking read. What are you talking about?" I opened up the book.
I enjoyed the philosophy class I took.
And then I opened up, like I opened up the book, I started reading, and I'd fall asleep every 5 minutes, and I'd wake up 30 minutes later after reading like 10 or so pages.
If Jonathan is still in the chat, he was also in my class. So, what do you call it? He knows
Kill
which class it is. Okay, thank you, Amir.
All right, take your time, buddy. We'll be right here.
I keep explaining who I am or anything.
No, I think we're done with like the original introductions. You
Just
know Ryan, obviously, because
to sum it up, he is the embodiment of Khalishana Lamayana, which is a saying in Assyrian, which is one language is never enough.
I learned like 5.
Yeah.
I got my own native language though. That's the weird part.
Yeah.
you haven't learned your own native language?
No, I forgot it.
Oh my god.
I mean,
yeah.
Jag kan inte enforsta honom när han talaga älskar.
Yeah.
That's because it's not Gregomir.
No, that's Greg now. Greg has now become a brown guy, and
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
Who's learned 5 languages and doesn't go to our school.
Yeah, changed his name to
See,
Hamza.
Verdanji.
Yeah, what he said.
Yeah, dude, whatever the fuck he just said.
I said yes. It's
That's what he's
that is what he does to you.
That's fair enough, dude. Yeah.
What
Anyways,
in this context,
electrical computer engineering. It's one of the departments at our school.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's also one of the most miserable.
It is.
That?
If not the most miserable.
Yeah, what would you say is the most miserable in terms of like course load?
What do you mean?
You don't have to like name the department, but like name the
Aerospace.
subject area, right?
Aerospace.
I think like
computer.
aerospace is going to be one of
Aerospace and computer engineering.
But that's part of ECE.
Architecture.
Like, I feel like architecture is up there.
Architects Okay, I'm gonna say something very controversial.
Oh, he's gonna
we're
flame
gonna
architect.
piss off all the
Yo,
architecture
Amir,
mains in chat
get ready
right
to
now.
clip this. Get
no,
ready
no,
to
no!
clip
Don't
Oh,
clip this. We don't want them seeing this.
No,
Yeah.
I want people to see this.
Some archies literally will wait till the last minute because it's like that's the only way they'll get it done. And like sometimes I feel like obviously it's a lot of work. They might be like bad, but sometimes they just start way too late. They just procrastinate
Quan, I
way
have to
more
blame
than
you
other
here.
people.
I have to blame you here. You've waited exactly 1 month after to do something. Okay, like what's worse, waiting till the last minute and getting it done on time, or waiting 1 month after the fucking due date?
I mean,
Flexible deadlines.
That's just Matthew at that point, you know.
This is
Sure,
worse,
flexible
Matthew.
deadlines.
Doubt they know what to. I mean, I guess.
Fair enough.
I mean, obviously they do a lot of cool things, and then, like honestly, like if I were to rank it, I'd do like computer engineering, aerospace probably, mechanical, CS, chemi. Ooh, chemi.
I'm a chemi. I'm fucking living, dude.
I used
I
to be
don't-
chemi.
I don't think I don't think some people enjoy it though. Like you have to love it. This is like sort of what I'm saying.
Yeah, that's why people get filtered out like literally like sophomore year. Like the first real chemi class you take, you get filtered out because you either love it from that point onwards, or like you're okay with it, or you really fucking hate it.
I liked chemi back at Wright. I came to IIT. IIT made me hate chemi.
It's just the way it works here, unfortunately. Like
It's also
it's
because
a
the
system made to
professor-
filter out people. Because like
And I went with the next best thing, MSE, because that was the second option I had. And God, I wish I went with this in the first place. This is so much more up my alley.
yeah,
I should have been a business major.
Dark alley where you get mugged.
just off 33rd.
Do you take the red line to get there?
Bro, you guys like
You can.
overreact on like how insecure. Well, yeah, it's a little insecure, but like,
I'm not overreacting.
I'm not.
I'll
I
hear
don't.
some,
No,
I'll
no,
hear some people that'll be like-
okay, Juan, I got access to information that like a lot of people in the public don't get access to, at least not immediately. So I know more of what happens on the public transport than most of you guys will ever figure out.
True, but like I feel like people just have like they just hear the red line. They're like, oh, I can't go there. Oh my gosh, oh no.
No,
Not
I've
to
taken
mention,
the red
not to
line
mention
on
I've
my own
actually
at, like, 2
witnessed
a.m.
some of this shit myself. I've ran into so many crazies on the red line. You wouldn't even know.
Yeah, the red
I
line is
agree, like-
content. It's literally a content.
Yeah, that's like
That's one way
you
to
have to
put
know
it.
how to take care of yourself.
You want your free upvotes on
I'm
red?
putting in the PG way. I'm literally putting in the PG way so we don't get banned on Twitch. It's a content farm
It is a content farm.
Free upvotes
for
on
people
like-
above
like-
21.
Like if you're looking at like just what like go on a public transport and you want to get surprised by something, it's like, wow, I didn't think there were these kind of people. You just go take the red line and you're like, wow, these people exist and they're doing these things.
Instead of the red line, they
Real
call it the
humans.
coke line because everyone there acts like they're on
Oh my
coke.
god. My camera
I mean, they
actually
call it-
paused at that.
You can't actually pause there.
In like the weirdest spot. Okay.
I mean, they also call it the bloodline.
That is true.
Call it the
there's
bloodline.
Lines, but I think that'd get us banned.
I think there's just like certain time periods where it's okay, right? Like there's
Oh,
there's definitely certain time periods where like every line's just equally fucked. Like I've been on the green, so like the green line isn't that bad, but like I've been on the green line when there was just like a drunk dude just like looking at me and my other brown friend and asked me if I remembered New York. Like the fuck, right? Like
Yeah,
this drunk ass dude literally sees like a white person walk by, nothing. Sees an Asian person walk by, nothing. Sees two brown guys walk by together, one with a beard. Ooh, hey man, do you remember New York? And you're like, what the fuck do you mean?
Well,
right? Like,
You remember New York?
you should have just said yes.
I
the
wasn't
fuck.
in New York, and he literally asked the 2001, and I was like, bro, I'm
So you ever had
3
a
years
New York?
old.
Because New Yorkers will never shut up about it.
I don't know, man. But like some other person came by and was just like, yo, get the fuck away from them. Like, you drunk as hell. Get the fuck away. You know?
Factual. Now this is part of the stream where I get to advertise the GoFundMe to get me a new PC and new internet here in Colombia.
All right,
you.
with that, I think we're gonna. No,
I will drop my OnlyFans in the Twitch chat.
Is that just gonna be your Twitch account?
Yeah, basically.
I got it.
It basically is his Twitch account and his Twitter and his
Yeah.
Instagram.
How much for feet pics?
Oh my god.
Too much.
I don't know if you mean.
No, too much. I've already.
There we go. Dropped it in the chat.
Ah, yes.
I mean, that sort of wraps
Prime
everything
Club.
up.
Yeah,
Like,
it kind of wraps
else
everything
what
up.
else
like-
do we talk about? Like, I think we kind of.
Well, we
I
can
don't
talk
know,
about
bro.
we can talk about the GBM being delayed. For
Oh yeah, that's
I-
gonna be.
we don't
I'll
know
be
how long.
honest,
It's gonna be
That's
after
probably gonna be
finals.
after
Or
finals.
during break.
And
Yeah.
quite
It's gonna-
honestly, I'm gonna be clocked out by then.
GBM, like
It's gonna
GBM,
be after.
guys,
It's gonna be after finals. We don't know
Guys,
exactly when after finals,
guys.
so I would stay tuned for that.
guys. GBM up here, finals like down here. Like we should have
I'll
had the
be
GBM.
honest, GBM is like up here. Finals is pretty low, but like I don't think the GBM's that high.
With
I think
the
in
GBM,
person, GBMs are so much more fun.
with the
'Cause of
general
how
body
many- how
meeting
scuffed
being
it was.
delayed. With the general body meeting being delayed, the election results will also be postponed
Yeah,
to
So
be
you have
announced
to do
alongside the general
elections?
body meeting.
That's what I was
We
gonna
have to
say.
Under the electoral college.
No, we stopped the count.
No,
Oh, we stopped. Okay, my bad.
we've unironically you stopped the count.
We stopped the count.
Mainly because it was supposed to be stopped by midnight of December 3rd anyway. So
Wait, I got a phone call. I'll take this.
Right.
All right, with that, Juan's gonna fucking dip.
Oh no!
And
Now I gotta
then
show you
we're
the
back
overlay
to
for the next
4,
5
and-
seconds.
No, I don't think you have to do it. I
Oh,
think we
no.
can just
it's scuffed as is. It's only gonna get more scuffed from
Yeah.
here. The longer this goes on.
Yeah. I think I'm gonna be ending it off. I think we're gonna be ending it off soon. I think that's fine if we end it off here.
Yeah.
We just had anyways, be a lookout on
That's-
for the GBM. You know, we've had a very rough year, but I think we've tried to make the most out of it as much as possible. And like, I'm gonna say this in an unironic way: we've not hit rock bottom, because I think rock bottom is when the next war starts, and we're not there yet. But
Oh, he back.
you know, we're gonna be getting there for sure. We're gonna be looking up and forward from now, hopefully. And yeah, thank you to Hamza or Jit Pie for coming in. You know, dropping in as a random guest, our first ever guest. So you take that title now away from someone who's wanted to be on this podcast since the very beginning, Memo.
Oh
He's
yeah.
gonna mold.
You
He's
didn't have
gonna
to-
mold.
Oh
He's
no.
gonna mold hard.
You didn't have to call him. You didn't have to call him out like that.
I have to. You know I flame. You know I flame hard.
Remember.
You know we got Juan, who's one of the most scuffed people on earth, apart from myself.
I was about to let it out, but okay, you saved it there. You saved it.
Yeah,
You saved it.
I know how to save. Yeah, it's been us at the Maldcast with Ryan, Austin, Juan and his computer.
Please.
Juan and his computer apparently.
Oh,
This
okay,
is why we need to go
Yeah,
fund
I think we're gonna sign off.
I muted him. All right.
Yeah, I think we're gonna sign off now. Thank you guys so
Great.
much for watching.
Bye.
Be on the lookout for further updates.
All right. Yeah.
See ya.
All right. Let's stream.